You know what I'm saying? I've always got a lot of female attention. You know what I'm saying? And like the niggas out here go the hardest is niggas I know. You don't get no female attention because a lot of this music ain't going to resonate with you if you don't have motion. If you're not popping at all, it don't. Or if you don't relate to being that nigga. If you don't relate to when you come in the room, niggas can feel your presence or being or at least thinking you the guy. Because I'm like, yo, Kendrick music don't make me feel like I could do it. Kendrick music don't make me feel good about myself. That's another issue about Kendrick music. He don't have songs that make you feel good about yourself, really. His song was about making him feel good about himself. You can't really put yourself, like you can't rap his lyrics and put yourself in his shoes. Because a lot of this shit is not really like relatable. A lot of this shit is like, you know, which is cool. And again, this is better if I don't think about it. Or if I don't question it. You understand? But anyway, so I wanted to share that. I thought that was interesting. And I saw some shit with freaking Charleston White. That nigga was going crazy on your boy. Let me see if it's still here. Let's see where it is. Where it is.
I thought it was bullshit. I thought it was a bull. I thought it was bullshit. I thought it was a bullshit performance.
Yo, I'm getting that sound bite, yo.
That symbolism shit is whole shit. Symbolism and revolution cannot be spoken in the same words. Nigga, revolution is about action. It ain't about no motherfucking secret puzzle, and you got to try to understand the hidden concepts and precepts that's being dropped. Nigga, the revolution have never been about symbolism. Symbolism is a Masonic, the Masons kind of shit, homie. Putting shit in symbols, homie. And let me just say this. Performing at the Super Bowl is like the slave being invited to the front of the mansion, to be in the front yard and get to perform in front of Massa and his family and friends while they sit on the porch. And y'all out in the front doing your slave dances and you get to perform in front of the house. That's what the Super Bowl performance was like. So to say, man, he did this, he had the symbols in it, homie, that don't do nothing for black people. Symbolism don't do nothing for black people. But the most disgraceful thing that I seen was Serena Williams up there crip walking.
Yep.
That was the most disgraceful thing that I saw during that performance. Her sister.
Didn't her sister get killed by
the Crips? Yeah. Yeah, to be married.
So I'm not going to play that whole thing and whatnot. I just happened to find that a few minutes ago. But I like what he said about basically the how symbolism and the revolution cannot be in the same sentence. But I think what we're saying in so many words is that, again, just because you don't understand him, it doesn't mean that he's nice. This same thing kind of went on between Jay and Nas, and Jay had to just walk around wearing his. Jay didn't lose to Nas, bro. Nas had a good comeback and whatnot, but Ether's a terrible record. That the beat is terrible. No one ever freestyles the Ether. No one ever raps the Ether. Even when Remy was rapping the Ether, it was really weird. It was really weird. And even in that era, the problem with Ether was because of that was when authenticity was extremely required. There was no way around being authentic. You had to have street cred. Even if you had to lie about where you was from, you had to have some kind of street cred. That was not going to be acceptable for you to put an album out and you ain't did no crimes. Are you kidding me? No crimes. Like, thank goodness for Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Thank good, because it's not for Kanye. Yo, like, you know, he forced people to accept different kinds of rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Because I always respected your hairline on television.
So shout out to him. And that made way for it. And that opened people's minds to a Pharrell rapping. You know what I mean? And be able to get into it and try to get into it. Because for what it is always about people being ready for what you bring and how you package your product. When you start understanding how you package your product, even with the channel, ooh, niggas like me, I be hearing the sound of this joint. I be watching my shorts like, yo, the lighting look amazing in here. Okay, this lighting is immaculate. Nam yo horenge cool. I'm always exactly where I need to be at. I swear I'm about to get rich in this apartment. I'm becoming a millionaire in this apartment, my boy. I'm on Karma Loop right now like an old nigga looking at old nigga clothes. You know what I realized about fashion? There's probably going to just be streetwear at different levels. Like streetwear for young niggas, streetwear for niggas in their 20s to their early 30s, and streetwear for niggas in their mid 30s to like early 50s. Because I'm like, damn, I'm not wearing none of the stuff y'all wearing. Not absolutely none of it, but like, you know, I got to mix it up. I'm just going to have to just no. I just trust that if I buy shit brand new, that it's in fashion. Which is the best thing for an old nigga. Just buy brand new clothes. If the clothes are brand new, then that usually means it's current and you should be good. All right? Mm-hmm. All right. But anyway, going back to what Charleston said, the reason why what Charleston said was so important was because it was about what actually moves the needle and what results actually look like and what we think winning is. All right. Like we said before. Now, I won't go as far as saying this is the slaves dance for massa, but I guess it depends on who you're talking about. You know what I mean? But in a lot of different ways, we got to kind of be careful about how we use the slave plantation metaphor. You know what I mean? But I will say this though about when he said when he addressed the symbolism, right? What people got to understand is that, again, you're changing the rules for someone that you like. That's a Super Bowl performance. The tradition of the Super Bowl performance is to have a large-than-life performance, and you perform the hits that everyone can enjoy and love, and you're supposed to bring people on to perform with you and stuff like that. And then I kind of thought about it. I'm like, damn, how many hits would he have that white people would know, or that would get everyone on their feet? You know what I'm saying? My nigga, if Drake had 15 minutes up there, that would be a whole different. Oh my god. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Jay could pull Beyonce. He could pull anybody up there. And I'm like, damn, he could have did Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. He didn't do that one. He didn't do Loyalty. He didn't do Element. He did all I think All the Stars. All right, cool. We know you're gonna do all Not Like Us. I mean, I don't think that was the fact that they let you do that record at the Super Bowl. It's like that. I think that's when everyone's as soon as I heard that it was announced that he would be the halftime show, I'm like, bro, that's not going to go well. That's not, and I probably said it in another video. I said, man, that's not going to go well, bro. Like, it's not. This is crazy. You know what I mean? But yeah, he didn't do any of the records that people like know him for. That would have been dope to like have him and Jay do Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. You know what I'm saying? That'd have been cool. But even then, like, those are all records that got like mad words. You know what I mean? And like, it's like, you know, not really pop, you know what I mean? Or maybe he could have did his verse to the Taylor Swift's Bad Blood. That's a dope verse. But again, like, what he does is not appropriate, like, for that stage. And he probably did them GNX records because they have less words in them. You know what I mean? And it's you know, more of a dumbed down style. You know what I mean? Because what went on with this album, aside from the fact that, you know, he got a lot of people had their hands on this album, and they just his album. It's trash for a GOAT. It's not trash as in like, oh my god, but some of these songs are really, really bad. You know what I mean? And it's you trying to be simple or trying to make hits. And I said, damn, why would you be doing such a thing? And it's becoming clearer and clearer that you always want to compete with this man. And you was never satisfied with your own lane, and you needed some kind of validation, and you wanted this man's attention. You know what I mean? And Drake never gave it to him. All right, which you know, in hindsight, I realized how smart it was. Let me go ahead and play this clip from back in 2013.
But here's what's funny about you and Kendrick Lamar. It's like people forget you had him on Take Care. You had him on Buried Alive. You talked about a meeting that you guys had where you kind of was schooling him on the game. And there's a great line about how he realized he's the same age as you, and it made him rude and impatient. So it's almost like it's very foreshadowing. You know, he ended up making a great record, Good Kid, Mad City. just the connection.
Phenomenal album, by the way.
Phenomenal album.
Phenomenal album. Yeah, round of applause.
And then now he takes a competitive stance with a verse like Control. And then you said that, you know, he's not murdering you in any platform, but you know, that's where that rivalry, that's where people want to try to build. That's if you want to try to build a rivalry. Like, what's your take on that? Do you feel like that they're trying to create a competition that he's not on your level because of your accomplishments? Like, do you feel like they're trying to hype this up and elevate it too much?
So you know what? That look that Drake gave and whatnot, that smile, that's a genuine like. Are you guys serious? Like, are you like? Because at this point, and this is what it is in terms of the Black community. You know what I'm saying? And Angry Man made a brilliant point about the reason why Drake doesn't understand any of this stuff or doesn't understand how niggas think is because he had a white mother, and white mothers raise their children differently. They treat their sons differently. And pardon me. And he always makes his parallel or his comparison about his he always talks about his cousin who had a white mother, right? And he told another story the other day about how he had did something he wasn't supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And his mother called him, and his mother called him to the kitchen and yelled for him to come, you know what I'm saying? And so Angry Man says, you know, he goes to go be nosy, go peek around the corner and see if he got a whooping or not, right? And then when he go around the corner, they in the kitchen, and he's sitting down having a snack, and his mother's explaining to him why he shouldn't do what he's doing. And it made me really think about how do great people come about mostly in terms of how do the people who have done the best are usually people who come from parents who have done very well or done pretty well. Because you learn how to do well. Because honestly, real talk, that whole stereotype of the drug addict, the rich drug addict kid, I'm sure it happens. But more than likely, like, nah, like, yo, having assistance and having support from your family and whatnot, like, no, that makes it the way the next generation can do very well. Because my generation and my family and whatnot, we all drive nice cars. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, like, you know, my mother and my aunt and my uncle, they didn't always have that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or we're all on the way to making nice money. You know what I mean? And we're going to be making more money than the generation before us, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. But anywho, one thing that you gotta learn is when someone's not rocking with you and when someone's attacking you. All right. Drake was oblivious to the point where he put that verse from Kendrick on his album. Like Drake's his perception of Kendrick, he never perceived Kendrick as a threat. Because and I've had to do this before. I've had to realize, oh, okay, you know, you actually are hating on me. This is not like you don't have to do any of this. Like, this is not necessary right now. Real quick, heads up. I'm not doing. I'm going to do the wall. The wall is real, John. Tomorrow because I gotta be more strict about going to bed. So just heads up, in case you watch the entire video, I will upload the full John. I keep forgetting to upload the live version so you guys can get the full the full John. But anyway, like I was saying, in terms of not understanding, so I've had to do that, and I had to come to a realization of when niggas is never going to relate to you, and they just never, you guys never going to have that kind of relationship, and you got to really realize, yo, you have to get around your peers, all right? Because shit will always be awkward when mentally you guys are not on the same level, or you guys don't think about things the same. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna always be in this position where this person has to take shots at you and take digs at you and whatnot because they don't know how to interact with you and they don't know how to say, yo, I love you. I love how you do what you do. I love your style. They can't say that. And listen, and that's the challenge. But what it results in is you wearing your spirits. Listen, abuse is like wear and tear on your spirit. It literally will break you. One of the greatest things that's happened to me is me getting away from all my exes. No matter how the relationship went. I'm sorry, how the relationship went. None of my exes or women I used to talk to, I never feel like damn, I wish I could talk to them, or I wish they were still here. I may, can think of certain times I had with that person and whatnot, but I recognize the opportunity. And again, more men, whether women like hearing it or not, the men are realizing that they are the prize. and not just certain men, no, in general. A man is an asset for any woman. Even a substandard man. You know what I'm saying? Just having another person around, just having emotional support, having support with the finances, having support with y'all having children, y'all raising the kids together, having support with the household. I'm like, yo, and just sharing the load. Pause. Because where I'm in now, I'm like, damn, and I love being alone, but I understand for my life to move forward, I have to share. And eventually I can get a bigger space. You know what I'm saying? Because right now I'm in the 2-bedroom. I'm like, yo, let's say if I had a girlfriend, right? And she wanted to move in here, right? Like, yo, I'll be able to move my studio into my sunroom and all that. And he can still have everything the way that he want to have it and everything, you feel me? And he still got enough room to have TV, bed, dresser, just all that stuff, in his room. You know what I mean? And not only that, but we would be upgraded, you feel me? But you have to sacrifice on what to get something. But anywho, it's really important for your friendships, man. And I heard man, he was quoting David Carroll, and he said, I only debate my peers. All right. And I'm like, yo, and you also got to realize when you're not interacting with a peer. And I had to realize that with a lot of niggas I was arguing with, I'm like, we're not really actually peers. We're not really the same. We don't really do the same thing. And as soon as I put myself next to you and put myself in a position to be compared to you and whatnot, now I'm vulnerable to your subjectiveness, to your opinion. All right, because especially if you get around other people who are, and again, it's not always intentional. You know what I'm saying? But it can happen when people just, again, let's say for my example, rappers, right? Understandably so, we are very competitive, and this is how rappers think, right? If a rapper, if he knows you at all, if you're not actually on the radio or on basically popping and stuff like that, and even if you are a rapper that's really serious and whatnot, yo, he will be critiquing every single part of your record and every single part of your rap. You know what I mean? Whether or not it's actually good. You know what I mean? And it's important for us to know if shit is actually good. But what can happen is when you're dealing with someone who has actual proof, is showing actual proof in terms of being able to get some motion, and you don't got no motion or don't have the same, yeah, all artists can be jealous of someone more successful. Also, he had to play the position of Drake became very successful, before him, and he had to deal with hearing this nigga songs and hearing how much his girl loved his records and whatnot. You feel me? While he's still on the come up, and he dead broke, he carried that with him. Now again, gratitude is learned. A righteous man can be appreciative of when the man does something for him. But men do have an inclination. Men do have a need and want to do things for themselves. And they for example, I've needed a lot of different kinds of assistance over the last year or so, and I'm very fortunate to have people in life that support me. And I've had so many alley-oops, so many favors, so many different things and stuff like that. And it is things that I do for people myself. And when you're a person who helps people, it could be weird to be in a position of needing help. You know what I mean? But also, I was smart enough to know that, yo, I need help. I wish I would have sought out more help and everything. But I'm so used to helping myself that it was tough to realize, nah, nigga, you're in a tough spot right now. You got to move a little differently. You know what I mean? Until you can get to where you're trying to get to. You understand? But anywho, an angry man told this story about these brothers he knew and how the older brother took care of the younger brother and he provided for him, helped him, and did whatever he could for him. And then when his car broke down, he was trying to ask his brother for a ride to work and whatnot. And it was like this problem, this issue, you know what I'm saying, with the younger brother helping him out and everything. And how he was giving him an attitude and they going back and forth on Facebook and all this madness, right? And Angry Man made the point about yo, his brother might have done all this stuff for him and everything, but it doesn't mean that he was happy about it. He may have saw it as you styling on me or you trying to make me a little man or whatever it is. All right. Optimism is so important. Because how you see life is so different when you have no gratitude. Because that's not another reason why people feel so comfortable trying to shit on Drake. Yo, let me tell you something. I say, you know what? I mean, I knew how a Party Next Door Drake album was going to sound like. I'm like, who was surprised when you heard these records? But I mean, hold on now. For my